We thought they were extinct. That was our first mistake. I am Vael'Tak, chronicler of the Xalari Dominion, archivist of stars, witness to countless ends. For over 10,000 cycles, I drifted between galaxies, watching civilizations rise, collapse, and vanish into dust. My purpose was simple: observe, record, and never interfere. It was a cold existence, detached, precise, safe. Then came Earth. Humans, Terrans as some called them, a young species, short-lived, fragile, brilliant and self-destructive in equal measure. Our records marked them as doomed. Environmental ruin, nuclear war, biochemical plagues, a perfect storm of self-inflicted collapse. 87 cycles ago, Earth went dark. No signals, no ships. Silence. The Dominion classified it. Class 7 collapse. Unsalvageable, not worth return. But something stirred in me. Something old, unnamed. Curiosity, maybe? Compassion? I broke protocol. I requested to lead a retrieval probe. A final pass. Scan the ruins, confirm extinction, gather cultural remnants. Nothing more. I expected ash. I found flame. Earth was a ghost, cities drowned in ivy and frost, oceans roaring with unhealed storms. Orbit was littered with shattered satellites. Like bones in space, no energy grids, no defense, no signals. And yet, a pulse. Weak, inconsistent, human. I followed it. In the far north, beneath layers of ice and silence, I found them. 27 survivors. Not feral, not devolved. Human. Clinging to life in a geothermal shelter made of scavenged steel, stories, and stubbornness. Their leader, Mara, met me at the threshold. Her eyes were tired but sharp. Her voice cracked with age but steady. "You here to finish what your kind didn't start?" I told her we never attacked, that we only watched. "That's worse," she said. No ceremony, no welcome, just truth. For 3 lunar cycles I stayed. I documented. I listened. They had survived the end, not with strength, but adaptation. They grew food on fungus farms warmed by Earth's fire. They healed with herbs, passed down recipes like relics. They read stories by candlelight, not for joy, but to remember. They weren't just surviving, they were resisting. I once asked Mara why they hadn't given up. She looked at me and said, because if we vanish, everything we were, our songs, our stories, our stubborn hearts, meant nothing. I'd rather die trying than fade quiet. They called themselves the Last Ember. Not a title, a belief. That somewhere out there, other embers still burned. And maybe, just maybe, if they found each other, they could become fire again. They had hand-drawn maps of ruined satellites. They rebuilt my crashed probe into a transmitter. They decoded ancient frequencies, hoping someone, anyone, might answer. Then the moment I will never forget. A small girl, no older than 9, touched my armor. Her fingers were trembling, but her eyes steady. "Are you from the stars?" she asked. I nodded. She smiled. "Good. Tell them, we're still here." That broke something inside me. Or maybe it awakened something I had forgotten. I returned to the Dominion. I brought more than data. I brought a story. Not of extinction, but of endurance. They called me corrupted, dismissed my findings, sealed the report. I was no longer a chronicler. I became a witness, because 5 cycles later, the embers returned. Crude ships, boxy, loud, stitched together from relics and genius. They arrived in frontier space, uninvited, unapologetic. They traded without permission. They helped without asking. And when they spoke, the stars listened. They said only, "We're back." I have seen Xalari warlords bow to Terran negotiators. I've watched human engineers fix Dominion tech we long abandoned. I've seen children born in deep space teach my kind how to dance. They carry grief like armor. They wear joy like rebellion. They remember their dead. They forgive their enemies. They never stop moving forward. They colonize moons we declared uninhabitable. They terraform dead worlds with nothing but old blueprints and hope. They build monuments not to their power, but to their memory. They are not the smartest, not the strongest, not the most peaceful. They forgive their enemies. They never stop moving forward. They colonize moons we declared uninhabitable. They terraform dead worlds with nothing but old blueprints and hope. They build monuments not to their power, but to their memory. They are not the smartest, not the strongest, not the most peaceful. They are something else. They are human, and that was always more than enough.